Hey there, my name is Jose. I am a spokesmodel with HIV Stops With Me, and I'm here with the July question of the month for 2026. And it goes like this. Even though you are open about your status, do you always feel comfortable being called out as someone living with HIV? I gotta be specific. So, hey everyone, when you're watching, I hope that you are already familiar with the campaign. This is my third year being a spokesmodel with HIVstopswithme.org. If you haven't already seen my bio, I encourage you to go check out the website and or go to YouTube and check out the videos before this, and they're all a little different. So with this question, I always feel like when a person approaches me, and if they've seen me before, or if they see my poster in my work, or I'm able to be at an event and I'm giving them my palm card, it's an opportunity to inform, right? I'm never gonna tell someone what they need to do in regards to their perspective or point of view with how they see HIV, or if it's gonna change the way that they perceive people who are, positive or not. It's an opportunity for me to express where I've been and where is it like now for me. So being called out, like it's usually like an opportunity for me to just ask like questions, what do you know about it? What do you want to know about it? And what is the purpose behind it, right? Every opportunity is a moment to engage and provide a different point of view to something. I usually don't like to, debate with anybody. I think it's everything is subject for change, and people can look at things however they want to look at it. That is the freedom of just freedom of expression. The knowledge that comes with, an ever-changing community and life that we live in. Another thing is that I understand that time takes time. So if someone is going to call me out on something and they just don't really know me, I always just tell them, ask the right questions and you will get the right answers. I'm very much an open book. I've been like this since I was little. Has my confidence and the approach changed with time? Absolutely. And today I know that when I am given an opportunity to engage with someone, first and foremost, I like to make sure that there is a purpose behind it, hence what I do with the campaign. So if I'm at a tabling event, I usually love to allow the person to know and check out whatever's on the table, and I say, hey, what's catching your eye? And then, but before you take that, can I please give you a little bit of more information about what it is we do as spokesmodels? And they look at the poster and they're like, oh, is that you? And I'll be like, yes, that's me. So we are people, that are living with HIV. I always say that. And we're definitely, comfortable enough to call ourselves out. So in this question of the month, right, it talks about, is it something that makes me feel comfortable when someone calls me out on my status? Listen, gossip hurts. It can sometimes kill. But I do know that if it comes out from me, I take my power back. And so by me doing this as a spokesmodel in the New York State and anywhere else you're gonna be watching these videos, right? I believe that it's me taking my power back, because once upon a time, I will admit, there was a story. I was living in California and I was hanging out with, people in the party scene still, people in clubs and bars. And I wasn't so confident and sure about where this virus was going to take me. Long story short, I lived a very depressing, a very anxious ridden life, more than I am today. And I used to drink alcohol heavy anytime I was in any social event. And so therefore, I also hid a lot of my life behind parties and gay guys and all of this stuff, right? So this was way before like social media was taking kind of like it's like, you know, how big it is today. Like the stories didn't exist yet. Like I wasn't able to do instants, you know, it was none of that instant stuff that we have now, you know, story creating videos and all of these montages that we create. It was none of that. I think the power of YouTube was the only thing that you really had. So I know that today, in order for me to share my truth and hopefully it helps someone to find their own courage, their own voice, that is the reason I do this. You know, because there was once upon a time, me, and I would allow people to not learn so much about me because I still didn't have the confidence in what I was facing internally. You know, there wasn't enough of the power behind reducing or destigmatizing things. That didn't exist quite yet. When I became positive, U equals U was not a thing just yet. PrEP was not a thing just yet. So those things for me, I had to hide things because I had this thing in my mind thinking that the expectation of me living is quite low. So now that we have all of this, you watching, U equals U existing, PrEP existing, PEP existing, you can confidently live in your own skin and stand tall and be proud. You know, now I'm not telling you to go out on your social media and talk about your status, right? Or the fear that you must be having. You know, there are still condoms. Condoms have been working for decades. You know, continue to do that, and don't let someone, you know, do what they did to me, and you know, put my status on Facebook walls, you know, because that is what happened for me, you know. But I will say this, and I will take my power back by saying this. My truth is that my misunderstanding and lack of confidence and self-esteem that I have now built for myself, you know, was the weakness, and it was what really dragged me to create gossip and misconduct. You know, there was a lot of stuff that happened when I was in my early years of not really taking my power back from my HIV status. And I'll go ahead and say it. I'm not proud of this, but there are times that I did not admit and say that I was indeed an HIV positive person. And I encourage anyone who is watching this video to don't let that be your story. Because today you don't have to fear your status. HIV is not the death sentence that it used to be. You know, today you can definitely take care of yourself. You can take care of anybody else, and I didn't have that before. You know, I was just depending on the power of condoms, right? The power of condoms and the power of just not having sex, right? But let's be real. I was young, dumb, and there I go, I'd say it, full of cum, and I was just trying to get a next one. And I definitely encourage you to please take the opportunity to inform every time, you know, you feel safe and comfortable to do so. Everyone has a different approach to how they take their power back and how they live with their truth and how they live with their HIV. So for me, to keep the positive vibes, I live today by telling my truth. You know, if you're new to this process, being HIV positive or just collecting information, please check out all the articles that are available to you, to anyone, on HIVstopswithme.org. And I also want you to know that if you are struggling with addiction, if you are struggling with mental health, if you're just struggling with accepting your time and place on where you're at, just please seek out someone locally. There's always a mental health provider, or there's always a medical provider that can connect you with resources and refer you to the right place. You don't have to suffer in silence, and you don't have to do any of this alone. There is enough help out there, okay? So That's it for today. Happy Pride if you're still celebrating. Happy birthday if you're celebrating a birthday. And no matter what, just keep on doing your best to stay positive and to just live a amazing life, okay? Because that is all we have. We have one life to live. So my name is Jose, spokesmodel with HIV Stops With Me, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, peace.